మీకు అవసరమైతే వాడుకోండి.
అదేవిధంగా స్పైసెస్ కోర్ డిప్యూటీ డైరెక్టర్ ఆనంద్ వర్మ గారిని పేరు కోరుతున్నాం. జాయింట్ డైరెక్టర్ ఇండస్ట్రీస్ మా హెడ్ ఆఫీస్ నుంచి ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ వింగ్స్ వస్తారు. అదేవిధంగా జిఎం గారు కూడా నేను జిఎం గారిని ఈ యొక్క ప్రోగ్రాం గురించి బ్రీఫ్ చేయాల్సిందిగా తెలియజేస్తాను.
ఈరోజు స్టేక్ హోల్డర్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్పోర్టర్స్ మీటింగ్ ముఖ్య అతిథిగా విచ్చేసినటువంటి జాయింట్ డైరెక్టర్ జనరల్ ఫారిన్ ట్రేడ్ శ్రీ రమేష్ గారికి, అలాగే స్పైసెస్ బోర్డ్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా డిప్యూటీ డైరెక్టర్ శ్రీ అనంత్ వర్మ గారు, మా కొలీగ్ ఆఫీసర్ ఫ్రమ్ కమిషన్ ఆఫ్ ఇండస్ట్రీస్ జాయింట్ డైరెక్టర్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ప్రమోషన్ జిఎస్ రావు గారికి, చేసినటువంటి పారిశ్రామికవేత్తలకు, ఎక్స్పోర్టర్స్కి, ఔత్సాహిక ఎక్స్పోర్టర్స్కి అందరికీ నా హృదయపూర్వక నమస్కారాలు. ఈ గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా వారి ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ ప్రకారం సూచనల మేరకు డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ యాజ్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ హబ్ అనే ప్రోగ్రామ్ని గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా వారు లాంచ్ చేసి జిల్లాల్లో, ప్రతి జిల్లాల్లో, మొత్తం ఇండియాలో ఉన్న అన్ని డిస్ట్రిక్ట్స్లోనూ ఎక్స్పోర్టబుల్ ప్రోడక్ట్స్ ఏంటి, పొటెన్షియాలిటీ ఏముంది, ఏ ప్రోడక్ట్స్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేయడానికి అవకాశం ఉంది, ఆల్రెడీ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ అయ్యే ప్రోడక్ట్స్ని ఇంకా ఫర్దర్ ఇంప్రూవ్ చేయడానికి ఏమేమి సౌకర్యాలు కావాలి అనే దాని మీద ఒక కాంప్రహెన్సివ్ స్టడీ చేయడానికి ఈ స్టేక్ హోల్డర్స్ మీటింగ్ కండక్ట్ చేయమన్నారు. ఈ స్టేక్ హోల్డర్స్ మీటింగ్ ప్రతి జిల్లాలోనూ జరుగుతుంది. అదేవిధంగా ఈరోజు గుంటూరు జిల్లాలో ఆర్గనైజ్ చేసుకోవడం జరుగుతుంది. దీంట్లో చాలా ముఖ్యమైన విషయాలు ఉన్నాయి. మనం ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ ఎప్పటి నుంచో చేస్తూ ఉన్నాం. నాదిగా పూర్వకాలం బ్రిటిష్ వాళ్ళు రాకముందు నుంచి కూడా మన ఇండియా నుంచి ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ అవుతూ ఉండేవి. బ్రిటిష్ వాళ్ళు మన ప్రొడక్ట్స్ కోసమే ఇండియా వచ్చారు, వ్యాపారం నిమిత్తం వచ్చారు, అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ చేయడానికి రాలే, బిజినెస్ కోసం వచ్చి తర్వాత అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ తీసుకున్నారు. అప్పటి నుంచి మనం చదువుతూ ఉంటాం హిస్టరీ బుక్స్లో వజ్రాలు అయ్యి ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ అయ్యాడు. నాణ్యమైన వస్త్రాలు, పల్చటి ఖాదీ వస్త్రాలు, వస్త్రాలన్నిటికీ తప్పకుండా గుంటూరు మెన్షన్ చేయాలి. ఎందుకంటే ఖాదీ ప్రొడక్షన్ అంతా, ఖాదీ అంటే కాటన్ ప్రొడక్షన్ అంతా గుంటూరు నుంచి అవుతుంది. సో ఆ విధంగా ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ అనేది ఎప్పుడు మన ఇండియన్ సొసైటీలో ఉన్నదే. కాకపోతే ఇప్పుడు మోడర్న్ వరల్డ్లో ఒక గ్లోబలైజేషన్, లిబరలైజేషన్, ప్రైవేటైజేషన్లో మనం అనుకున్నాము. ఇప్పుడు మనం ఎక్కడికైనా వెళ్ళాలంటే నిమిషంలో వెళ్ళిపోతాం. అలాగే ప్రోడక్ట్ కూడా నిమిషంలో వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. దీనికి అంత కారణాలు ఏంటంటే 6 లేన్ రోడ్ వరకు మన దగ్గర నేషనల్ హైవే 6 లేన్ మన నుంచి వెళ్తాం. 20 years బ్యాక్ డబుల్ లేన్ ఉండేది, ట్రాఫిక్ జామ్లు, గంతుకులు, ఇప్పటితో పోల్చుకుంటే మరి ఇప్పుడు ఎంత స్పీడ్గా గూడ్స్ ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ అవడానికి అవకాశాలు ఉన్నాయి. అలాగే అదర్ ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్, పోర్ట్స్, సీ పోర్ట్స్, ఎయిర్పోర్ట్ కూడా వచ్చింది దగ్గరలో గన్నవరంలో. అలాగే రైల్ నెట్వర్క్, అట్లా ప్రతిదీ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ కావాల్సిన ప్రతి ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చరు, అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటివ్ సపోర్టు గవర్నమెంట్ చేస్తూ ఉంది. అయితే ఈ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ అనే సబ్జెక్టు గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా సబ్జెక్ట్. ఇప్పుడు గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా ఓన్లీ గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా ఒక్కటే పనిచేస్తే ఎక్స్పోర్టు పెంచలేము. కాబట్టి స్టేట్ గవర్నమెంట్ సపోర్ట్ కూడా తీసుకుని స్టేట్ గవర్నమెంట్ కూడా ఈక్వల్గా ఇన్వాల్వ్ చేసి జాయింట్గా ప్రమోట్ చేస్తే ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ఎర్నింగ్స్ ఇండియాకి ఎక్కువ వస్తుంది. దాని ద్వారా మన బ్యాలెన్స్ ఆఫ్ పేమెంట్స్ ఇంప్రూవ్ అవుతుంది అనే ఉద్దేశంతో స్టేట్ గవర్నమెంట్స్ని కంపల్సరీగా ఇన్వాల్వ్ చేసి మాకు ఈ సబ్జెక్ట్ని చాలా వరకు ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేసినట్టు అనమాట. అంటే కలిసి జాయింట్గా ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయడానికి దీనిలో భాగంగానే స్టేట్ లెవెల్లో ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ప్రమోషన్ కౌన్సిల్ అని, స్టేట్ లెవెల్లో డిస్ట్రిక్ట్లో ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ప్రమోషన్ కౌన్సిల్ అని, డిస్ట్రిక్ట్లో కలెక్టర్ గారికి ఎక్స్పోర్టబుల్ ప్రోడక్ట్స్ ఏంటి ఐడెంటిఫై చేసి దాన్ని ఎంకరేజ్ చేయడానికి రకరకాల ప్లాన్స్ కావాలి. ఇప్పుడు మీటింగ్ పెట్టేది కూడా మీ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్, సజెషన్స్ తీసుకుంటాం. మీరు ఆల్రెడీ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేసే వాళ్ళు ఎవరైనా ఉంటే మీరు చేస్తున్న ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్కి ఏమైనా అవరోధాలు ఉన్నాయా, ఇంకా ఏమన్నా గతం కంటే భిన్నంగా ఫర్దర్ ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ కోసం ఏమైనా సూచనలు, సలహాలు మీరు ఇస్తే అవన్నీ ఇన్కార్పొరేట్ చేసి డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ లెవెల్లో ప్లాన్ తయారు చేసి స్టేట్ లెవెల్కి పంపిస్తాము. అలాగే 26 జిల్లాలు అయినాయి. మనకి 26 జిల్లాల నుంచి కూడా ప్లాన్స్ వస్తాయి, డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ ప్లాన్స్. అవన్నీ స్టేట్ లెవెల్లో ఇంకార్పొరేట్ చేసి ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్కి ఒక మంచి నిర్దిష్టమైన ప్రణాళిక తయారు చేసి దాన్ని ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేసి నెక్స్ట్ 5 yearsలో ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్లో ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ ఇండియాలో నెంబర్ 1గా ఉండాలి అనే ఉద్దేశంతో గౌరవ ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు దీని మీద దృష్టి సారించి ఈ మీటింగ్స్ ఇవన్నీ పెట్టడం జరుగుతుంది. అన్నింటిలో భాగంగా ఇప్పుడు తర్వాత ఒక్కరు ఉన్నారు, డైరెక్టర్ జనరల్ ఫారిన్ ట్రేడ్ నుంచి ఫ్రెండ్ జిఎస్ రావు గారు, ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ప్రమోషన్, అలాగే మన స్పైసెస్ బోర్డు, వాళ్ళు ఇంకా డీటెయిల్స్ చెప్తారు. చెప్పిన తర్వాత మీ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ తీసుకుంటాం. ప్రతి ఒక్క ఎక్స్పోర్టర్, ఎంటర్ప్రెన్యూర్ ఈ సూచనలు సలహాలు ఇస్తే మేము రికార్డ్ చేసి అవి డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ లెవెల్లో కలెక్టర్ గారి దగ్గర అప్రూవల్ తీసుకుని మళ్ళీ స్టేట్ లెవెల్కి పంపించి మీతో కంటిన్యూస్గా ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఈ సబ్జెక్ట్ మానిటర్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. అలాగే గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా వాళ్ళు 2 ప్రోడక్ట్స్ని గుర్తించారు మన జిల్లాకి. ఒకటి మిర్చి ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్, చిల్లీస్. రెండోది వచ్చేసి కాటన్ టెక్స్టైల్స్. ఈ 2 ప్రోడక్ట్స్ మన దగ్గర ఎక్కువగా విరివిగా లభ్యమయ్యాయి, విరివిగా తయారయ్యి ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ అయ్యాయి. దాని మీద ప్రత్యేక దృష్టి సారించి ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ని బూస్ట్ చేయడానికి ప్రణాళికలు చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. అట్లా చేయటంలో మన ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్లో మొట్టమొదటి 3 జిల్లాలు గుర్తించారు. విశాఖపట్నం, ఈస్ట్ గోదావరి, గుంటూరు. ఈ 3 డిస్ట్రిక్ట్స్ ఫస్ట్ ఫేజ్లో ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్కి ఎంకరేజ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. తర్వాత మిగతా 23 డిస్ట్రిక్ట్స్, మొత్తం 26 డిస్ట్రిక్ట్స్ కూడా కంప్లీట్గా పిక్చర్లోకి తీసుకురావడం, దానికి ప్రణాళిక చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. ఫస్ట్ స్టెప్లో మాత్రం మేజర్ ఫోకస్ విల్ బి ఆన్ దీస్ 3 డిస్ట్రిక్ట్స్: విశాఖపట్నం, ఈస్ట్ గోదావరి, గుంటూరు డిస్ట్రిక్ట్. సో ఫస్ట్ ఫేజ్లో 3 డిస్ట్రిక్ట్లో మనం ఉండడం అనేది కూడా మన గుంటూరుకి ఒక గర్వంగా నేను భావిస్తున్నాను. సో నా ఐ రిక్వెస్ట్ మై కొలీగ్ జిఎస్ రావు ఫ్రమ్ కమిషన్ ఆఫ్ ఇండస్ట్రీస్ టు డీలింగ్ విత్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ప్రమోషన్ అనేది ఆయన సూచనలు సలహాలు ఇస్తారు.
ఈరోజు ఈ సమావేశానికి వచ్చిన వాళ్ళందరికీ కూడా నమస్కారం. బీజేపీ రీజనల్ అథారిటీ వైజాగ్లో ఉండేటువంటి బిఎన్ రమేష్ గారికి, స్పైసెస్ బోర్డు డిప్యూటీ డైరెక్టర్ గారు ఆనంద్ గారికి, కొలీగ్ జిఎం గారు, సుధాకర్ గారికి, అందరి అఫీషియల్స్ అందరికీ కూడా నమస్కారం. ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ అనగానే మనందరికీ కూడా స్టార్ట్ చేయని వాళ్ళకి అందులో చాలా లాభం ఉంటుందని, కానీ రిస్క్ కూడా ఉంటాయి. మనం బిజినెస్ చేస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి మనం ఎక్స్పోర్ట్నే కాదు కదా అనుకున్నాం, బిజినెస్ అయితే ఈ సందర్భంలో ఏమైందంటే మనకి గవర్నమెంట్ పైన ప్రైమ్ మినిస్టర్ గారు 2019లో ఇండిపెండెన్స్ డే రోజు ప్రసంగం చేస్తూ ఏమన్నారంటే, మన జిల్లాలు ఏదైతే ఉన్నాయో యూరోపియన్ కంట్రీస్లో ఒక కంట్రీతో సమానంగా ఉన్నాయి, అలాగే వాళ్ళు ఒక కంట్రీ లాగానే వచ్చేసి వాటి ఏదైతే ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ ఉన్నాయో మన కంట్రీ కంటే కూడా చాలా కాంపిటేటివ్గా ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఈక్వల్గా ఉండడం జరుగుతుంది. మన జిల్లాల్లో ఉన్నటువంటి కమోడిటీస్ ఎందుకు మనం ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేయలేకపోతాం అనే ఉద్దేశంతో ఆ రోజు దేశాన్ని ఉద్దేశించి మాట్లాడుతూ ఎకనామికల్గా కూడా ఆస్పెక్ట్ కూడా తీసుకుని ఏం చెప్పారంటే, ఏదైనా జిల్లాలో కంట్రీలో కానీ ప్రపంచంలో కానీ ఒక వస్తువు ఆ వస్తువుని తయారు చేయలేకుండా ఉంది, బై హ్యాండిక్రాఫ్ట్ కావచ్చు, లేకపోతే మరే స్కిల్ ఉపయోగించి చేయొచ్చు. దాన్ని మనం గ్లోబల్గా ప్రమోట్ చేస్తే మనకి ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ ఉంటుంది, ఆ విధంగా ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేయడం వల్ల మనకి ఫారెన్ ఎక్స్చేంజ్ వస్తుందనే ఉద్దేశంతో చెప్పడం జరిగింది. సో 1 ప్రోడక్ట్ 1 డిస్ట్రిక్ట్. ఆ విధంగా ఏం చేశారంటే ఒక ఆర్ట్ ఫామ్ గురించి చెప్పడం జరిగింది యూపీలో. మళ్ళీ సెక్టర్స్కి వచ్చేటప్పుడు, టెక్స్టైల్స్కి వచ్చినప్పటికి, ఫుడ్ ప్రాసెసింగ్ వచ్చేటప్పుడు ఒక్కో ప్రోడక్ట్ తీసుకుని ఒక జిల్లాలో చేయడం జరిగింది. చేస్తే ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్కు దానికి కావాల్సినటువంటి బిజినెస్ కానీ లేదా దాన్ని ప్రొడక్షన్ చేసేటువంటి కెపాసిటీ కానీ లేకపోతే, సప్లై సోర్స్ లేకపోతే, దానివల్ల ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ కూడా పెద్దగా పెరగదు. సో ఏం చేయాలనుకుంటే తర్వాత జిల్లాలను తీసుకుని జిల్లాలను ఒక యూనిట్గా తీసుకుని దేశంలో ఆ జిల్లాల్లో ఉన్నటువంటి ప్రోడక్ట్స్ ఒక 2-3 ప్రోడక్ట్స్ ఫస్ట్ పేజ్లో తీసుకుని వాటిని మనం ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేస్తూ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఉన్నటువంటి ఫెసిలిటీస్ ఏం కలుగు అంటే లేకుండా ఉన్నాయి, లేక ఫెసిలిటీస్ వాటికి ఆ ఫెసిలిటీస్ కలుగు చేస్తే ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్ని 3 లేక 5 వంతులు మనం పెంచగలం. అలా పెంచగలిగితే ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్ని మనం తీసుకొని వాటికి వాల్యూ యాడ్ చేసి వాటికి కావాల్సిన ఫైనాన్షియల్ కానీ టెక్నికల్ కానీ తర్వాత స్కిల్లింగ్ కానీ ట్రైనింగ్ కానీ ఆ జిల్లాలో ఆ బిజినెస్ స్టేక్ హోల్డర్స్ ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళందరికీ ట్రైనింగ్ ఇవ్వడం వల్ల మనం చేయొచ్చు కదా అని చెప్పి ఉద్దేశం. డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ హబ్స్ అనేది కాన్సెప్ట్ రావడం జరిగింది. సో ఈ కాన్సెప్ట్ని ఫీల్డ్లోకి తీసుకొచ్చి అమలు చేయాలంటే ఎట్లా చేయాలనేసి ఆలోచించినప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తారంటే డైరెక్టర్ జనరల్ ఫారెన్ ట్రేడ్ కొంతమంది ఎక్స్పోర్టర్స్ ఉంటే వాళ్ళకి అర్థం అవుతుంది. చేసేటప్పుడు యాక్చువల్గా ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేయడానికి అనుమతి ఇచ్చేటువంటి సర్టిఫికేట్ ఐఈసీ ఏదైతే ఉందో వాళ్ళు ఇస్తారు, ఆఫీస్ వాళ్ళు ఇస్తారు. ఆఫీస్ వాడిని రీజనల్ అథారిటీ ప్రతి స్టేట్లో కూడా ఒక రీజనల్ అథారిటీ ఉంటుంది, బీజేపీ వాళ్ళ ద్వారా స్టేట్స్ని డ్రైవ్ చేద్దాం అన్నట్టుగా స్టేట్లో ఒక కమిటీని కూడా ఫామ్ చేయాలి. డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ కమిటీ డిఐఈపీసీని పెట్టాం ఆంధ్ర, వేరే స్టేట్లో డిఐఈపీసీ. ఆ కమిటీలో ఎక్స్పోర్ట్కి సంబంధించిన కౌన్సిల్స్, ఎక్స్పోర్టర్స్, తర్వాత ఆల్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్స్ చైర్మన్ వచ్చేసి డిస్ట్రిక్ట్. సో ఈ డిఐపీసీలో అథారిటేటివ్గా అంటే ప్రోడక్ట్ని ఎన్నుకుని ఈ ప్రోడక్ట్ మా జిల్లాలో నేను సెలెక్ట్ చేశాను. సో ఈ ప్రోడక్ట్ కావాల్సినటువంటి ఫెసిలిటీస్ ఏమి కావాలి అని చెప్తే దానికి గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా దే ఆర్ అండర్ ప్లానింగ్ స్టేజ్లో ఉంది. దే ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు ఫైనాన్స్, టెక్నికల్ సపోర్ట్ కావాలన్నా ఏం కావాలన్నా దే ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు. ఆ విధంగా ఈ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ హబ్ అనేది ప్రమోట్ చేయడానికి అవకాశం ఉంది. అది దీని ప్రిలిమినరీగా మనం ఫస్ట్ స్టేజ్లో జిల్లా అధికారులకు ఇచ్చినటువంటి బాధ్యత ఏమిటంటే డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ పర్టికులర్గా డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ జిఎం గారికి ఇచ్చినటువంటి బాధ్యత ఏమిటంటే స్టేక్ హోల్డర్స్ జిల్లాలో ఉన్నటువంటి ప్రొడక్ట్స్ అన్ని మీరు స్టడీ చేసి ఆ ప్రొడక్ట్స్కి సంబంధించినటువంటి గ్రోవర్స్ కానీ బిజినెస్ చేసే వాళ్ళు కానీ వాళ్ళందరినీ కూడా వాళ్ళ అభిప్రాయం తీసుకుని వాటిలో ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్స్ని సెలెక్ట్ చేసిన తర్వాత వాటికి అనుగుణంగా కూడా ఒక ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ప్రమోషన్ పాలసీ కూడా తయారు చేసి ఆ పాలసీని అమలుపరచండి అనేది ఒక ఆలోచన. సో ఈ పరంపరలో వచ్చింది ఏమిటంటే వీటికి దీంతో మనకి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది, ఈహెచ్ఎన్ని స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. దేశంలో ఉన్నటువంటి జిల్లాలన్నీ కూడా డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ హబ్స్ అయితే అది ఈ డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ హబ్ అనే పథకాన్ని ఫస్ట్ మనం పైలట్ ప్రాజెక్ట్గా స్టార్ట్ చేయాలంటే ఏం చేయాలని చెప్పి ఒక మనకి 75 years ఆఫ్ స్వాతంత్రం వచ్చింది కాబట్టి అదే ఫిగర్లో అదే సెక్టర్ 75 జిల్లాలు ఎన్నుకోవడం జరిగింది దేశంలో. ఆ 75 జిల్లాల్లో యూపీలో 6 జిల్లాలు ఉన్నాయి, అలాగే గుజరాత్లో 5 జిల్లాలు ఉన్నాయి, తమిళనాడు కర్ణాటక వాటిలో 3 జిల్లాలు ఉన్నాయి, ఇంకా అస్సాం అటువంటి అయితే ఒక జిల్లానే ఉంది. మన ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ వచ్చేటప్పటికి 3 జిల్లాలు ఎన్నుకోవడం జరిగింది. అంటే బిఫోర్ మనం 26 కాకముందు వాళ్ళ దగ్గర ఉన్న డేటా ప్రకారం విశాఖపట్నం, ఈస్ట్ గోదావరి, గుంటూరు ఈ 3 కూడా దేశం అంటే దేశంలో అంటే ఈ ఆర్ఈఎస్ ఇచ్చినటువంటి ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ని బట్టి ఈ జిల్లాలో ఈ యాక్టివిటీ బాగా జరుగుతుందని చెప్పేసి కొన్ని ప్రోడక్ట్స్ వాళ్ళు సెలెక్ట్ చేసి మనకు కంబైన్ అంటే జిల్లాలో విడిపోకముందు ఉన్నటువంటి ప్రోడక్ట్స్ యొక్క స్థితిగతులను తీసుకుని ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్స్ సెలెక్ట్ చేయడం జరిగింది. తర్వాత ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్స్ చేసిన తర్వాత మనం జిల్లాలు పెరిగినాయి, బైబ్రికేట్ అయినవి, ట్రైబ్రికేట్ అయినవి, కొన్ని జిల్లాలు యాడ్ అయినవి, కొన్ని జిల్లాలో. సో ఇప్పుడు ప్రోడక్ట్స్ అనేవి మారిపోయి లేకపోతే ఈరోజు ఈ ప్రోడక్ట్ సెలెక్ట్ చేయవలసినటువంటి పరిస్థితి మనకు ఉండేది కాదు. ఇప్పుడు గుంటూరు జిల్లాకు వచ్చినప్పుడు బాపట్ల పక్క వెళ్ళింది కాబట్టి గుంటూరు జిల్లాలో సంబంధించినటువంటి ప్రోడక్ట్స్ ఈ ప్రొడక్ట్స్ ఎక్కువ ప్రొడక్షన్లో ఉండాలి, ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ ఇచ్చేటువంటి అవకాశం ఉండాలి. ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్కు ఇక్కడే ప్రొడ్యూస్ కాకపోయినా కానీ ఇక్కడ ట్రేడ్ కూడా జరగచ్చు. పక్క జిల్లాల నుంచి తీసుకొచ్చి లేకపోతే పక్క రాష్ట్రాల నుంచే తీసుకొచ్చి ఇక్కడ ట్రేడ్ జరిగింది. బికాజ్ ద పర్సన్ బిజినెస్ మ్యాన్ ఈజ్ ద సెంట్రల్ పాయింట్ ఇన్ దిస్. ఆ బిజినెస్ మ్యాన్ని ఎక్స్పోర్టర్గా తయారు చేయడం అనేది ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ హబ్లో ఉన్నటువంటి ప్రథమ విషయం. దట్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఇష్యూ. ఎనీ బిజినెస్ మ్యాన్ who produces, who manufactures or who trades, వ్యాపారం చేయొచ్చు, ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేయొచ్చు, లేకపోతే ఉండొచ్చు, లేకపోతే దాన్ని గ్రో చేయొచ్చు. ఆ విధంగా ఉన్న వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా ఈ వాంట్స్ టు ఎక్స్పోర్ట్, దెన్ ఈ విల్ బి పేడ్ ఇన్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్. ఆల్రెడీ ఎక్స్పోర్టర్గా ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి ఇబ్బంది లేదు, దే నో ది సబ్జెక్ట్, ఎలాగ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేయాలి, అందులో ఉన్న బాధక సాధనలు తెలుసు, వాళ్ళకి కావాల్సినటువంటి ఏమేమి ఫెసిలిటీస్ కావాలి ఏంటని తెలుసు. సో వాళ్ళు చేస్తున్నటువంటి బిజినెస్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ మే నాట్ బి ఏ లార్జ్ క్వాంటిటీ. ఈవెన్ పీజీలో కూడా ఎవరైనా ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేయమని ఒక కొన్ని బుక్స్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేయమంటారు. ఈజ్ ఆల్సో ఎక్స్పోర్ట్. ఈజీ తీసుకుని ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేస్తే ఈజ్ ఆల్సో ఎక్స్పోర్ట్. బట్ ఆ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ప్రోడక్ట్లో అంత ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ రాదు, అంత మనకి ఫారెన్ ఎక్స్చేంజ్ కూడా వచ్చేది. ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ లిమిటెడ్ బిజినెస్. బట్ వేరే వీఆర్ లుకింగ్ ఎట్ the products which has got massive production, massive growth, and which can attract more employment even. So ఈ 4 విషయాలు చెప్పి నేను ముగిస్తాను, ఎందుకంటే సార్ మళ్ళీ 1 గంట ఫ్లైట్ ఉంది అని వెళ్ళిపోవాలి. సో ఈ విల్ గివ్ మోర్ డీటెయిల్స్. మనందరికీ కూడా ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఇంగ్లీష్ అర్థం చేసుకోవడం వచ్చు కాబట్టి ఈ మోస్ట్ ఇంగ్లీష్లో చెప్తారు. తర్వాత కూడా వీలైతే నేను కూడా కొద్దిగా చెప్తాను, కొద్దిగా విషయాలు ఏదైనా ఉంటే చెప్తాను. ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ కాకుండా చెప్పిన విషయాలు ఏంటంటే సమ్మర్ చేస్తాను, అది విషయం. తర్వాత ఆనంద్ గారు కొత్తగా వచ్చారు డిప్యూటీ డైరెక్టర్ గారు. సో ఆయన ఉన్నటువంటి అంటే వాళ్ళకున్న ఫెసిలిటీస్ ఏమున్నాయి, ఫార్మర్స్ ఏమి ఇవ్వచ్చు, లేకపోతే మిర్చికి సంబంధించినటువంటి టెస్టింగ్లు కానీ వాటి యొక్క ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ కానీ అది చెప్తారు. ఇది చెప్పిన తర్వాత మీరు క్వశ్చన్స్ ఏమైనా ఉంటే క్వశ్చన్స్ అడగండి. డైరెక్ట్గా అంటే డైరెక్ట్గా సంబంధించి ఆయన చెప్తారు, కాకపోతే నేను చెప్తాను. అలాగే ఆనంద్ గారికి కూడా ప్రాబ్లం ఇది. దీంతో నేను ముగించి లక్ష్యంతో మన డాక్టర్ టిఎన్ రమేష్ గారికి అధికారులకు ఇచ్చినటువంటి బాధ్యత ఏమిటంటే డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ పర్టికులర్గా డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ జిఎం గారికి ఇచ్చినటువంటి బాధ్యత ఏమిటంటే స్టేక్ హోల్డర్స్ జిల్లాలో ఉన్నటువంటి ప్రొడక్షన్ని మీరు స్టడీ చేసి ఆ ప్రొడక్ట్స్కి సంబంధించినటువంటి గ్రోవర్స్ కానీ బిజినెస్ చేసే వాళ్ళు కానీ వాళ్ళందరినీ కూడా వాళ్ళ అభిప్రాయం తీసుకుని వాటిలో ఆ ప్రొడక్ట్స్ని సెలెక్ట్ చేసిన తర్వాత వాటికి అనుగుణంగా కూడా ఒక ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ప్రమోషన్ పాలసీ కూడా తయారు చేసి ఆ పాలసీని అమలుపరచండి అనేది ఒక ఆలోచన. సో ఈ పరంపరలో వచ్చింది ఏంటంటే వీటికి దీంతో మనకి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది, ఈహెచ్ అనేది స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. దేశంలో ఉన్నటువంటి జిల్లాలన్నీ కూడా డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ హబ్స్ అయితే అది ఈ డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ హబ్ అనే పథకాన్ని ఫస్ట్ మనం పైలట్ ప్రాజెక్ట్గా స్టార్ట్ చేయాలంటే ఏం చేయాలని చెప్పి ఒక మనకి 75 ఇయర్స్ ఆఫ్ స్వాతంత్రం వచ్చింది కాబట్టి అదే ఫిగర్లో అదే సెక్టర్లో 75 జిల్లాలు ఎన్నుకోవడం జరిగింది దేశంలో. ఆ 75 జిల్లాల్లో యూపీలో 6 జిల్లాలు ఉన్నాయి, అలాగే గుజరాత్లో 5 జిల్లాలు ఉన్నాయి, తమిళనాడు కర్ణాటక వాటిలో 3 జిల్లాలు ఉన్నాయి, ఇంకా అస్సాం అటువంటివి అయితే 1 జిల్లానే ఉంది. మన ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ వచ్చేటప్పటికి 3 జిల్లాలు ఎన్నుకోవడం జరిగింది. అంటే బిఫోర్ మనం 26 కాకముందు వాళ్ళ దగ్గర ఉన్న డేటా ప్రకారం విశాఖపట్నం, ఈస్ట్ గోదావరి, గుంటూరు ఈ 3 కూడా దేశం అంటే దేశంలో అంటే ఈ ఆర్ఈఎస్ ఇచ్చినటువంటి ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ని బట్టి ఈ జిల్లాలో ఈ యాక్టివిటీ బాగా జరుగుతుందని చెప్పేసి కొన్ని ప్రోడక్ట్స్ వాళ్ళు సెలెక్ట్ చేసి మనకు కంబైన్ అంటే జిల్లాలో విడిపోకముందు ఉన్నటువంటి ప్రోడక్ట్స్ యొక్క స్థితిగతులను తీసుకుని ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్స్ సెలెక్ట్ చేయాలి. తర్వాత ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్స్ చేసిన తర్వాత మనం జిల్లాలు పెరిగినాయి, బైబిల్కేట్ అయినవి, ట్రైబిల్కేట్ అయినవి, కొన్ని జిల్లాలు యాడ్ అయినవి, కొన్ని జిల్లాలో. సో ఇప్పుడు ప్రోడక్ట్స్ అనేవి మారిపోయి లేకపోతే ఈరోజు ఈ ప్రోడక్ట్ సెలెక్ట్ చేయవలసినటువంటి పరిస్థితి మనకు ఉండేది కాదు. ఇప్పుడు గుంటూరు జిల్లాకు వచ్చినప్పుడు బాపట్ల పక్క వెళ్ళింది కాబట్టి గుంటూరు జిల్లాలో సంబంధించినటువంటి ప్రోడక్ట్స్ ఈ ప్రొడక్ట్స్ ఎక్కువ ప్రొడక్షన్లో ఉండాలి, ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ ఇచ్చేటువంటి అవకాశం ఉండాలి. ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్కు ఇక్కడే ప్రొడ్యూస్ కాకపోయినా కానీ ఇక్కడ ట్రేడ్ కూడా జరగచ్చు. పక్క జిల్లాల నుంచి తీసుకొచ్చి లేకపోతే పక్క రాష్ట్రాల నుంచే తీసుకొచ్చి ఇక్కడ ట్రేడ్ జరిగింది. బికాజ్ ద పర్సన్ బిజినెస్ మ్యాన్ ఈజ్ ద సెంట్రల్ పాయింట్ ఇన్ దిస్. ఆ బిజినెస్ మ్యాన్ని ఎక్స్పోర్టర్గా తయారు చేయడం అనేది ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ హబ్లో ఉన్నటువంటి ప్రథమ విషయం. దట్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఇష్యూ. ఎనీ బిజినెస్ మ్యాన్ who produces, who manufactures or who trades వ్యాపారం చేయొచ్చు, ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేయొచ్చు, లేకపోతే ఉండొచ్చు, లేకపోతే దాన్ని గ్రో చేయొచ్చు. ఆ విధంగా ఉన్న వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా ఈ వాంట్స్ టు ఎక్స్పోర్ట్, దెన్ ఈ విల్ బి మేడ్ ఇన్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్. ఇప్పుడు ఆల్రెడీ ఎక్స్పోర్టర్గా ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి ఇబ్బంది లేదు, దే నో ది సబ్జెక్ట్, ఎలాగ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేయాలి, అందులో ఉన్న బాధక సాధనలు తెలుసు, వాళ్ళకి కావాల్సినటువంటి ఏమేమి ఫెసిలిటీస్ కావాలి తెలుసు. సో వాళ్ళు చేస్తున్నటువంటి బిజినెస్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్స్ మే నాట్ బి ఏ లార్జ్ క్వాంటిటీ. ఈవెన్ పీజీలో కూడా ఎవరైనా ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేయమని కొన్ని బుక్స్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేయమంటారు. ఈజ్ ఆల్సో ఎక్స్పోర్ట్. ఈజీ తీసుకుని ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేస్తే ఈజ్ ఆల్సో ఎక్స్పోర్ట్. బట్ ఆ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ప్రోడక్ట్లో అంత ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ రాదు, అంత మనకి ఫారెన్ ఎక్స్చేంజ్ కూడా వచ్చేది. ఇట్ ఈస్ లిమిటెడ్ బిజినెస్. బట్ వేరే వీఆర్ లుకింగ్ ఎట్ the products which has got massive production, massive growth, and which can attract more employment even. So ఈ 4 విషయాలు చెప్పి నేను ముగిస్తాను, ఎందుకంటే సార్ మళ్ళీ 1 గంటల ఫ్లైట్ ఉంది అని వెళ్ళిపోవాలి. సో ఈ విల్ గివ్ మోర్ డీటెయిల్స్. మనందరికీ కూడా ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఇంగ్లీష్ అర్థం చేసుకోవడం వచ్చు కాబట్టి ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఇంగ్లీష్లో చెప్తారు. తర్వాత కూడా వీలైతే నేను కూడా కొద్దిగా చెప్తాను, కొద్దిగా విషయాలు ఏదైనా ఉంటే చెప్తాను. ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ కాకుండా చెప్పిన విషయాలు ఏంటంటే సమ్మర్ చేస్తాను, అది విషయం. తర్వాత ఆనంద్ గారు కొత్తగా వచ్చారు డిప్యూటీ డైరెక్టర్ గారు. సో ఆయన ఉన్నటువంటి అంటే వాళ్ళకున్న ఫెసిలిటీస్ ఏమున్నాయి, ఫార్మర్స్ ఏమి ఇవ్వచ్చు, లేకపోతే మిర్చికి సంబంధించినటువంటి టెస్టింగ్లు కానీ వాటి యొక్క ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ కానీ అది చెప్పారు. ఇది చెప్పిన తర్వాత మీరు క్వశ్చన్స్ ఏమైనా ఉంటే క్వశ్చన్స్ అడగండి. డైరెక్ట్గా ఉంటే డైరెక్ట్గా సంబంధించి ఆయన చెప్తారు, లేకపోతే నేను చెప్తాను. అలాగే ఆనంద్ గారిని కూడా ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. దీంతో నేను ముగించి లక్ష్యంతో మన డాక్టర్ బిఎన్ రమేష్ గారికి
థ్యాంక్స్. First of all, I welcome all of the stakeholders on behalf of our PGFT and the central government. Here we have all gathered in the important step of formulating district export plan for Guntur. So the plan will be formulated not by unilaterally by the government and government representatives. We are including inputs, participation from all the industry and trading representatives. So you are all welcome to give all the valuable suggestions which will be incorporated in our district plan for district export plan for Guntur, so that all ideas, all suggestions will be considered. Thank you. And before this, I will give historical background regarding the district as exporters, because all of you should understand the relevance and also the preciousness of this scheme. If you understand the cost in terms of export, you will better understand this. Initially, and after independence, under the Constitution of India, the international trade or foreign trade has been enlisted in the central issue. So, central government and the parliament is authorized for the Parliament for lawmaking and central government for implementation. So in that way, central government took the predominant role in terms of formulation of policy and implementation of policy. So under this, every year we DGFT will formulate policy and release for every 5 years. 5 years once foreign trade policy is being released from that time, and it is being implemented. Many people are not aware of this because this foreign trade policy is has not been percolated to the lowest level. Because only big exporters, export houses and traders used to export and take the benefit. Even though small exporters maybe of any sector, even though they are availing the benefits, actually they are depending on the traders most of the times, or they used to supply to the big houses, big export houses, so that actual fruit of this export could not be enjoyed by the small people. So in this way, the rural economy, rural producers and traders and maybe district level are divided up the benefit. So central government has wanted to plug this loophole and wanted everybody, not only the big exporters, small farmers, even the farmers who are producing a few tons of fruits or vegetables, they also should enjoy the benefit of the facilities and incentives of export, and by that way their lifestyle, their way of life improve. In that way, already central government is in the way how it can be done. It can be done by the more participation of the state level and more than that district level. Meanwhile also, the research also suggested that future is international trade era, and more foreign trade has to be considered priority area for the development of India, for economic development. In that way, we are committed to increase our share in foreign trade, in GDP. Share of international trade in GDP of India should be increased, and by this way, India also should grow, and also not only growing India, inclusive growth should also happen. The growth should be enjoyed by the rural and small level traders or producers, so that this evolution took place. Ultimately, in the independence day speech of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, he announced a scheme, district as exporter. So this statement is very important, which itself gives plenty of meaning. He said, each district of our country has a potential equal to that of one country. Each of our districts has the capacity equal to a small country in the world. Why should each district not think of becoming an exporter? Each of our districts has a diverse identity and potential for global market. So this is the starting point in making districts as an exporter. So government committed to convert all 700 plus all over India districts to exporters. So as an export promotion agency, nodal agency, our DGFT, Directorate General of Foreign Trade, has been interested in the role of making this dream a reality. So we, as a first step, we included state level by constituting state level export promotion committee. State level export promotion committee, whose chairman is chief secretary and the secretaries and other representatives of all the relevant departments of export, has been included in this committee, and every 3 months this state level export committee meetings will be held, and for the first time, state participation in export started. So under this district as exporter, there should be some administrative mechanism. So district export promotion committee in all the 75 districts has been constituted by the concerned state government, and in Andhra Pradesh, one innovative and valuable model where our industries also, industrial promotion also merged, because industry has a direct relationship with export. We constituted in the place of district export promotion committee, district industrial and export promotion committee. So both the industrial promotion and export promotion will be taken care with this committee. The committee is headed by collector. So by this formation of district industrial, actual process for converting districts as exporters started, and even this committee used to meet every month once. Erstwhile 13 districts, so already district export plans were formulated in all the 13 districts. But because of reorganization of districts into 26 districts, we again supposed to start from the beginning. So one of the biggest advantage by this is because of the maturity and effective guidelines under the scheme, which evolved over a period of time. Now we are in a better position to formulate better policy, better district export plan. Before going to the district export plan, I will give the brief about the functions of the district industrial and export promotion committee, because you have to understand to what extent we have gone at the district level. The district export industrial and export promotion committee has the following functions: benchmarking baseline export performance of the district, present export performance, identification of potential export products in the district, creation of district export action plan with quantifiable targets, creation of subgroups for each identified export product involving stakeholders like manufacturers, artisans, exporters of the identified products, resolution, escalation and monitoring of issues in exports from the district for identified products, potential products through regular meetings, identification of bottlenecks for export of potential products, identification of training and development needs of the district industries, and coordination for training with our departments, dissemination of information through trainings, seminars, guest lecturers, practical training, exchange visits with other districts of excellence, act as one point facilitator for export promotion at district level, liaison with and report progress to state level export promotion committee, update DGFT's online DEPC progress monitoring cell. So by this you can understand that the DIEPC is a platform where regular programs, regular research and regular activities will be conducted for export promotion, including all these whichever I have read, maybe trainings, programs, and so resolving the bottlenecks, problems, etc. So initially we have to identify 2 to 3 products because now entirely this scheme is new. So we restricted this 2 to 3 products because our focus on these 2 to 3 products will strengthen the implementation and also our efforts and quantifiable targets can also be achieved. Application of export products. Next step is this. We are in the middle of the formulation of district export plan. All the stakeholders, you please understand, stakeholders here means exporters who are already exporting, producers, tiny, small scale industries, large scale and service industries, because not only large scale and service, micro, small scale industries, tiny industries, which are not exporting now, are also stakeholders because we are providing this policy plan and this platform so that they should export. We are guiding DIEPC representatives or belong to various departments from the government and also at the level of district, state and national level. We are collaborating with this scheme with various export promotion councils like Textile Promotion Council, Spices Board and like that. So for this district, these two bodies are relevant, export promotion councils. And also we are collaborating with various associations, stakeholders and even in future academics like the Indian Institute of Foreign Trade. And the good news that Indian Institute of Foreign Trade is opening its new campus in Kakinada. So it will be helpful in future. So ultimately this the stakeholders suggestions, because most of the times I have inquired and people express their helplessness. Many small, say for example, Araku coffee grower, mango grower, mango small scale processing industries, maybe machine tool manufacturers, small machine tools, fabrication, etc. When I inquired why they are unable to export or why they are not exporting, they say lack of knowledge. We are not aware of exports and we supply to the traders or big companies who in turn will export. So I told by this you are the traders and the big exporters are big industries, they are enjoying the benefits of export. Why can't you enjoy? Sir, if government provides us the necessary guidance, awareness and training, we can do that. So this is the actual fact. That's why the stakeholders meet. One of the important aspects to be here is we want the small scale producers, small scale industries, micro and tiny, etc. Whoever is not exporting directly, we want them to export directly. So what problems they are facing, in what way government could help them, in what way our councils or any other, not only government, private also we will get it done. So these stakeholders, one of the intentions is that those who are not exporting but who are producing products maybe of any value which has export potential, we are here to help them. You please give suggestions in our this meeting, and also we have distributed Annexure 1 and Annexure 2. So based on your suggestions, we will help you, we will resolve your problems if any you are facing. And also your, this once again, the scheme is not only financial. We are giving funds to implement this scheme at district level. Along with that, non-financial aspects also we are taking care. If any policy support you want, if any provision which is hindering to the export growth or doing export, any restriction imposed at the district level or at the state level, or even at the central level or anything, or if you are suggesting any policy provision to be included so that it will be helpful for exporters. So we are considering that also. You please give suggestions. All these non-financial issues are input, financial both. So we are considering that and preparing the plan. So I will tell you once again, our Guntur district export plan will be effective and efficient if more and more your participation is there and more valuable suggestions which can be made in reality, by which our funds can be utilized efficiently, effectively, and also all our policy issues which are hindering the exporters will be necessary action will be taken place, and in future also if your inputs are efficient, the plan, because this is the annual plan, so in future also more and more budget support will be given and more promotion at the district level happens. So I expect everybody to participate efficiently with enthusiasm. And also Association of Producers, Manufacturers, Traders and Service Providers. Here, because maybe many exporters, they are hesitant or they are not willing to participate in with the government in formulation of policy. We entertain all the association, maybe this cotton corporation, where the association, unlike our government, will have better knowledge about the exporters' problems or any problem faced by the people by which they are unable to export, all the issues. So I wish the exporters or associations to come up with effective suggestions. E-commerce, this is the, you have to understand that while giving suggestions, future mainly depends mainly on e-commerce for small exporters and small producers. So we are also in future conducting programs how for small exporters how to enroll in the e-commerce website internationally and what are the documents required, everything. So you please give suggestions if any you are facing in terms of e-commerce, and also how to build or make it efficient mechanism for exporting. And also we have export promotion councils, boards and authorities which are our important stakeholders. Once again, they are helping our exporters. Hand-holding. See, for example, Spices Board is there, Tesprosil or any other export promotion council. They are sector specific. Spices Board works on the promotion of spices. Tesprosil works on the promotion of textiles. Likewise, MPEDA, APEDA, everything, they are sector specific. They will give in-depth knowledge and promote steps, take steps in promotion of that sector, that component from the lowest level to highest level at the national, international level also. Even they will conduct buyers and sellers meet, trade fairs, etc. So Government of India has nominated them for this and also they have the main role in this scheme. So they are also important because if you want anything from them, any suggestions to improve the EPCs or boards or commodities, you are welcome. After this, you have to understand, after this stakeholders meeting, your inputs will be collected and based on your inputs and our knowledge, we will formulate the policy, and after the formulation of policy which will be approved by DIEPC at district level, SLEPC at state level and our DGFT at central level, the implementation starts and almost all with whichever is feasible and whichever is implementable, all your suggestions will be considered and implemented. So this gives lot of motivation to give suggestions. Maybe your suggestions may be 1, 5, 10, anything. You are please requested and encouraged to give inputs free and frank so that your inputs matter. So many people, many of your stakeholders may be not clear what suggestions, what inputs, what problems you have to give here, discuss here. So some of the problems, these are not exactly, only some of the problems where you can look into, we have listed, but you can go beyond this. Anything, any suggestion, if there is a link with export, you please give. So maybe whatever, even if you feel small suggestion also, it will be considered. Don't hesitate, you give free and frank suggestion. Examples of some of the problems or inputs where we require you. Administrative support. Luckily, we have special board in this area itself, in this Guntur, so that is big advantage for business exporter. Say for example, some EPC or board branch is necessity there, then we could provide. And also say for example here text process. So text process, some administrative mechanism or administrative office is needed in this district. So our example, cotton related warehousing or warehouses are needed, or any other administrative issues for promotion is needed. Anything pertaining to central government, state government, or EPCs or any other administrative setup is required, or administrative support. Example, text process should support you continuously. If you are suggesting what is the modus operandi, your valuable input and it will be considered. And branding, say for example, we have GI tag for the products which qualify under GI. Likewise, if any of your products require branding, maybe not GI, anything, you can suggest. We have already branding like Make in India and other things. Because in international market, branding has a lot of weightage. So if you have any suggestions to improve the product here through branding, example, chilies is there. So based on that, what branding methodology, we can make them identifiable in all over world, so that this product image will also improve and demand also improve. That also can be given. And awareness programs, we are already have plans of conducting all over districts. All over districts, we have plans of conducting meetings, trainings and export promotion programs. And we are collaborating this with central, state and EPCs, everybody. In future, you will see more and more export promotion guidance, awareness and programs at the district level. Even for this, any inputs are required. Say for example, if you want to know how e-commerce workshop to be conducted permanently or district headquarters, or IEC, importer exporter code, or export procedures, export documentation, how to identify buyer, etc. Anything you can suggest, so that it will be considered and included in the policy, so that it will become permanent feature of the policy. Quality assurance and certification. Say for example, if you are facing any problem in the BIS certification, or NABL, or pollution control certification, or if you want any other certification requirements in international market, or whatever is whichever is some policy provisions of this are hindering, so you may request to delete it or modify it. That also can be done. Any type of quality certification where this sector, your sector is facing. And credit support. Already RBI and banks are working with credit facility for exporters, and we have import subvention scheme, import export interest subvention scheme, and interest equalization scheme from RBI, and banks also have lot of schemes for exporters. Still, if you want any credit facility for your sector or for your product, your suggestions are welcome. we will formulate a policy where banks have to abide by the policy, and it will be helpful for you. Maybe subsidy also include this credit support, interest-free loans or reduced interest. Maybe if you want anything to be included in priority sector lending, everything. Common facilitation center. In the district, if you need any common facilitation center, you propose anything, even you propose RA should be at the district level. That also can be, if it is reasonable, it can be accepted. Whatever institution at the district level, if you want common facilitation center, say Spices Board or Text Process or Textiles Department, some common facilitation center is needed, or for any other products, so you are welcome. And logistics, export logistics more particularly. If you are facing logistics problems like roads, export related, not domestic or some other, export related logistic issues are there. We are facing problem for transport, cargo related issues, transporting from here to some port, maybe Krishnavaram port or something, or even we have already noted Vijayawada airport should be converted into international, already it is converted. So more and more international connectivity should be made, and also Udan scheme should be implemented in this airport, everything. Along with that, if you have maybe reefer issues are there, reefers, cold storages, reefers, even charges or any incentives or subsidies needed in logistics sector, you also welcome for this. See, one thing I will tell you, in India, based on the lobbyist policies and it functions. So more and more you request, more and more government will do. Whatever you request, government. If you don't request, government will sit idle. So you please give more and more interest on this. Marketing support, once again, this e-commerce and buyer sellers with trade exhibitions, we are already conducting, and in future we are conducting more and more such programs at all levels. If you have any suggestions or inputs or any problems faced by you can give. And training, as I already told, we have already plans for conducting training at all in all districts in future. Regulatory, see for example, if you are facing, say, some exporter has given input that the particular mango which they are exporting to, say, South Korea, they are facing perishability issue because that mango, Subarnarita or something, skin is very thin, and the customs authorities in South Korea, they will delay some procedures by which their mangoes are perishable. So our Commerce Secretary assured that they will take up the issue with the Customs Department of South Korea. So by this we have to understand that not only in India, outside issues also we will take up if we are facing any problem in outside customs or outside foreign trade related or businesses. And also if you are facing some problem due to our DGFT, say for example, if you are wheat or some are placed under restricted, or some product is placed under prohibitory, I think it is not an issue. Restrictions, where restrictions has to be removed, or some other conditions under the restrictions has to be removed, that also we will consider. And if you want any research and development issues, that also. Supply chain issues, maybe you want more and more warehouses, more and more cold storages, maybe some facilities in the port. There are lot of requests from exporters to have cold storage in the port or storage exclusively for their product. Say for example, granite exclusively for that, and for perishable food items they want exclusively mango or banana cold storage exclusively for that product in the port till the export actually happens. So we are considering, and our government is doing this. So like that, anything, not only this, any suggestions where you can do export or already doing export can be improved at the district level, issues at the district level, state level, central level, national or even international level also can be given so that all issues will be resolved. So, under district as export hub, phase 1, as Mr. G.S. Rao told, 75 districts all over India has been identified, and under the first step, phase 1, this scheme will be implemented in these districts. From Andhra Pradesh, Visakhapatnam, East Godavari and Guntur have been selected, and unlike other districts, this district will see the implementation of the plan immediately. Within days the implementation begins, and this Guntur will become model. Guntur, not only Guntur, Guntur, East Godavari and Visakhapatnam, these how efficiently this policy plan will be implemented, and whatever new ideas, innovations take place at this district level will become role model for other districts to follow. So this is one of the important aspect for us to take up as challenge, because in the all over districts, among 75 districts, if Guntur is identified as best district in terms of plan or in terms of implementation or any aspect, so it will be considered all over India. That aspect will be considered for the planning of the other districts also. So whatever your issues or suggestions or problems, inputs given, there are 4 steps of resolution. These are continuous steps. District level support, whatever district level support needed, our DIEPC under the chairmanship of collector sits every month. So all the issues which are interventions needed at the district level or problems resolved at the district level will be taken up at this platform, and whichever issues are support needed at the state level export promotion committee, as I said, under the chairmanship of chief secretary will take up at the state level. This committee will sit every quarterly, and all the issues at the state level will be resolved, and all the support needed at the state level will be approved at this level, and the central level support required we will look into, we will take it. That is a permanent aspect for us. And even private or institutional support required also, we will look into. Example, if you want any academic institution or some biocellular exhibition related permanent things, whatever, or if you want railways connectivity or railways, for example, one Visakhapatnam reporter was telling that from Visakhapatnam, railways do not have source and destination, so that the commutation between the city is very difficult. Such issues we face. For example, if you want cargo train from here to Chennai or here to Visakhapatnam, that inputs can also be given, or even international cargo facility, whatever. So ultimately, in a simple language, I can tell you the objective of the scheme. The export, as already you are aware of, export is not an independent activity. You should not see export here as independent activity. Many exporters who are doing exporters, they were doing some domestic business, maybe local or state level or national level, before exporting. Example, if somebody is selling ready-made garments and to the city, maybe they are selling at the domestic market, retailing or wholesaling. So with our support or otherwise they will start exporting. So once they are aware of the procedures and processes of export, they will continue and enhance their export. And likewise, many exporters now we are seeing, most of them are domestic businessmen or domestic traders. So export, before export comes domestic activity, domestic trade, etc. Likewise, whatever you do for quality improvement of the product, if you want to grow more and more vegetables, high quality vegetables are good, is the first step for export. Technology is the first step included in it. If you manufacture technology intensive product, for that whatever efforts you put ultimately count for quality of export. So all economic activities are indirectly or directly related to export. So export, I can say, is the end product of all activities in the business and demand supply chain. So all by promotion of export, all the activities implicitly will get promoted, and quality of all the aspects of domestic production and trade activity will be strengthened. So our ultimate aim is that to make producers or growers of agricultural product at rural level to export themselves. Many exporters maybe even now are exporting, but they are not exporting themselves directly. They are either supplying to export traders or supplying to dealers or distributors who in turn supply to traders who export. So this chain is going on. Middlemen 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4 also. So we want our efforts is directed to make themselves at the rural level, small farmers, tiny and MSMEs themselves should export, and we are here to support. All organizations have assembled to support you. We will guide you every aspect of export, and as I explained previously, all supports we will give. So ultimately we want over a period, so everybody who are small farmers, MSME, they want to export directly. To create opportunities for domestic merchants or traders also in foreign trade. So now, once again, traders who are doing domestic activity, they are also, we are providing them necessary awareness and support so that they also should promote their export. They should become exporters. And one more thing I will tell you, export need not be afraid. It is many people who have not exported, who are not aware of export, they have apprehensions that export is very complicated. We need lot of knowledge. No. Even uneducated, illiterates are doing export. We are supporting, government is supporting in all aspects. And one of the, I can say, in terms of opportunities, procedures and safety, in terms of safety in the sense of financial risks, international trade is better than domestic trade, most of the times. Only it's like starting problem. If you start exporting, if you export once, then you will feel the comfort and easiness in export. Only those who have not even exported one consignment will have that application. So in this we have integrated all the agencies and authorities at the district, state and central level, and also all the departments. Example, in this DIEPC we have representatives from Department of Agriculture, Department of Mining, Department of Horticulture, etc. So all the departments related to export are members of our representatives of TICC, so that all the issues, whether maybe it is related to district level, government or state level or central level, whether it is related to Department of Horticulture, Department of Veterinary, Department of Mining, etc., all issues will be resolved. So, you are requested to give inputs irrespective of the department. So, after this, I will give a brief introduction of schemes which we have already have. All organizations, export promotion councils, organizations have their own schemes. IMPED have their own schemes, APED have their own schemes, even Spices Board have their own schemes. Being nodal agency for foreign trade, our DGFT also implements some schemes. Maybe many people are aware of refund of duties and taxes on export products. So this is one of the most important schemes where the exporters, while exporting, whatever duties suffered at the central and state level and district level, local level, where if it is not reimbursed by any other scheme, we will reimburse. It is fixed. So this scheme is there. RTEP, almost all exporters are benefiting by this. For textile exports, we have ROSCDL, refund of state and central levies and taxes, where once again same thing, but it is for textile, and also we have special advance authorizations. If any exporters want capital goods, we are allowing duty-free import, no need of any customs duties. Directly they can import, and in turn either they can export or they can separate to domestic under deemed export. This scheme is called Export Promotion Capital Goods Scheme, where anybody, even farmer, can import farming equipment. Like that, there is no restrictions, only very few restrictions, but generally almost all capital goods, whether pre-production stage, production stage, and post-production stage are allowed. And we have advance authorization scheme where you can, if you want to manufacture shirt, you can import inputs, maybe button or thread or dies, etc. If you want to manufacture some item, any item, you can import inputs duty free with value addition of 15%. You have to export. Maybe once again deemed export is allowed under this, and deemed export scheme is there, and transport and market assistance export scheme is there, TMA, where your logistics support will be given, logistics and mainly for both cold storage, cold chain, and also otherwise given.
DMA is discontinued at the moment.
Not a discontinued, they are
on the hold.
Still we are implementing. This extension may anytime happen. Our schemes like that, once they use the word discontinued, then only. If not, we have to see whether they anytime.
Because the thing is like we already included that as an incentive and made in exports. But later we got a notification that it's been discontinued or on hold, whatever it is.
Like that.
But the funds are being stuck out.
Yes, because now if lobby pressure comes, because our Commerce Secretary is of the view that TMA is being replaced with similar scheme, more efficient. That
Even the
can also-
pending ones we will get, sir?
Like,
Even the pending ones which we have.
no, that's the thing, because government has to issue guidelines, whether it is with retrospective effect or prospective effect, and whether same application, same things are needed, same guidelines, same whatever. He, in the one of the meeting, he said that it will be replaced by more efficient similar schemes. So anytime even schemes can be based on the pressure or request of the exporters can also be implemented anytime. Unless discontinued. See, for example, MEIS is discontinued.
MEIS is being replaced.
Discontinued. So TMA not officially discontinued. So let us see. So like this, we have many schemes. So under this also, if you have any provisions hindering exports or any other suggestions for this, you are welcome to give. So once again I reiterate that the purpose of this meeting is all of you should participate with enthusiasm and give suggestions and inputs so that all of your inputs are included in our Guntur district export plan, and will have long-term effects, and also will have lot of impact on the district growth of exports and export impact. Thank you. So based on that, what branding methodology we can make them identifiable in all over world, so that this product image will also improve and demand also improve. That also can be given. And awareness programs, we are already have plans of conducting all over districts. All over districts, we have plans of conducting meetings, trainings and export promotion program. And we are collaborating this with central, state and EPCs, everybody. In future, you will see more and more export promotion guidance, awareness and programs at the district level. Even for this, any inputs are required. Say, for example, if you want to know how e-commerce workshop to be conducted permanently, or district headquarters, or IEC, importer exporter code, or export procedures, export documentation, how to identify buyer, etc. Anything you can suggest, so that it will be considered and included in the policy, so that it will become permanent feature of the policy. Quality assurance and certification. Say, for example, if you are facing any problem in the BIS certification, or NABL, or pollution control certification, or if you want any other certification requirements in international market, or whatever is whichever is some policy provisions of this are hindering, so you may request to delete it or modify it. That also can be done. Any type of quality certification where this sector, your sector is facing. And credit support. Already RBI and banks are working with credit facility for exporters, and we have import subvention scheme, import export interest subvention scheme, and interest equalization scheme from RBI, and banks also have lot of schemes for exporters. Still, if you want any credit facility for your sector or for your product, your suggestions are welcome. We will formulate a policy where banks have to abide by the policy, and it will be helpful for you. Maybe subsidy also include this credit support, interest-free loans or reduced interest. Maybe if you want anything to be included in priority sector lending, everything. Common facilitation center. In the district, if you need any common facilitation center, you propose anything, even you propose RA should be at the district level. That also can be, if it is reasonable, it can be accepted. Whatever institution at the district level, if you want common facilitation center, say Spices Board or Texprocil or Textiles Department, some common facilitation center is needed, or for any other products, so you are welcome. And logistics, export logistics more particularly. If you are facing logistics problems like roads, export related, not domestic or some other, export related logistic issues are there. You are facing problem for transport, cargo related issues, transporting from here to some port. maybe Krishnavaram port or something, or even we have already noted Vijayawada airport to be converted into international, already it is converted. So more and more international connectivity should be made, and also Udan scheme should be implemented in this airport, everything. Along with that, if you have maybe reefer issues are there, reefers, cold storages, reefers, even charges or any incentives or subsidies needed in logistics sector, you also welcome for this. See, one thing I will tell you, in India, based on the lobbyist policies and it functions. So more and more you request, more and more government will do. Whatever you request, government. If you don't request, government will sit idle. So you please give more and more interest on this. Marketing support, once again, this e-commerce and buyer sellers with trade exhibitions, we are already conducting, and in future we are conducting more and more such programs at all levels. If you have any suggestions or inputs or any problems with you can give. And training, as I already told, we have already plans for conducting training at all in all districts in future. Regulatory, see for example, if you are facing, say, some exporter has given input that the particular mango which they are exporting to, say, South Korea, they are facing perishability issues because that mango, Subarnarekha or something, skin is very thin, and the customs authorities in South Korea, they will delay some procedures by which their mangoes are perishable. So our Commerce Secretary assured that they will take up the issue with the Customs Department of South Korea. So by this we have to understand that not only in India, outside issues also we will take up if we are facing any problem in outside customs or outside foreign trade related or businesses. And also if you are facing some problem due to our DGFT, say for example, if you are wheat or some are placed under restricted or some product is placed under prohibitory, I think it is not an issue. Restrictions where restrictions has to be removed or some other conditions under the restrictions has to be removed, that also we will consider. And if you want any research and development issues, that also. Supply chain issues, maybe you want more and more warehouses, more and more cold storages, maybe some facilities in the port. There are lot of requests from exporters to have cold storage in the port or storage exclusively for their product. Say for example, granite exclusively for that, and for perishable food items they want exclusively mango or banana cold storage exclusively for that product in the port till the export actually happens. So we are considering, and our government is doing this. So like that, anything, not only this, any suggestions where you can do export or already doing export can be improved at the district level, issues at the district level, state level, central level, national or even international level also can be given so that all issues will be resolved. So under district as export hub, phase 1, as Mr. G.S. Rao told, 75 districts all over India has been identified, and under the first phase 1, this scheme will be implemented in these districts. From Andhra Pradesh, Visakhapatnam, East Godavari and Guntur have been selected, and unlike other districts, this district will see the implementation of the plan immediately. Within days the implementation begins, and this Guntur will become model. Guntur, not only Guntur, East Godavari and Visakhapatnam, these how efficiently this policy plan will be implemented, and whatever new ideas, innovations take place at this district level will become role model for other districts to follow. So this is one of the important aspect for us to take up as challenge, because in the all over districts, among 75 districts, if Guntur is identified as best district in terms of plan or in terms of implementation or any aspect, so it will be considered all over India. That aspect will be considered for the planning of the other districts also. So whatever your issues or suggestions or problems, inputs given, there are 4 steps of resolution. These are continuous steps. District level support, whatever district level support needed, our DIEPC under the chairmanship of collector sits every month. So all the issues which are interventions needed at the district level or problems resolved at the district level will be taken up at this platform, and whichever issues are support needed at the state level export promotion committee, as I said, under the chairmanship of chief secretary, will take up at the state level. This committee will sit every quarterly, and all the issues at the state level will be resolved, and all the support needed at the state level will be approved at this level, and the central level support required we will look into, we will take it. That is a permanent aspect for us. And even private or institutional support required also, we will look into. Example, if you want any academic institution or some buyer-seller exhibition related permanent things, whatever, or if you want railways connectivity or railways, for example, one Visakhapatnam reporter was telling that from Visakhapatnam, railways do not have source and destination, so that the commutation between the city is very difficult. Such issues we face. For example, if you want cargo train from here to Chennai or here to Visakhapatnam, that inputs can also be given, or even international cargo facility, whatever. So ultimately, in a simple language, I can tell you the objective of the scheme. The export, as already you are aware of, export is not an independent activity. You should not see export here as independent activity. Many exporters who are doing exporters, they were doing some domestic business, maybe local or state level or national level, before exporting. Example, if somebody is selling ready-made garments and to the city, maybe they are selling at the domestic market, retailing or wholesaling. So with our support, or otherwise they will start exporting. So once they are aware of the procedures and processes of export, they will continue and enhance their export. And likewise, many exporters now we are seeing, most of them are domestic businessmen or domestic traders. So export, before export comes domestic activity, domestic trade, etc. Likewise, whatever you do for quality improvement of the product, if you want to grow more and more vegetables, high quality vegetables are good, is the first step for export. Technology is the first step included in it. If you manufacture technology intensive product, for that whatever effort you put ultimately count for quality of export. So all economic activities are indirectly or directly related to export. So export, I can say, is the end product of all activities in the business and demand supply chain. So all by promotion of export, all the activities implicitly will get promoted, and quality of all the aspects of domestic production and trade activity will be strengthened. So our ultimate aim is that to make producers or growers of agricultural product at rural level to export themselves. Many exporters maybe even now are exporting, but they are not exporting themselves directly. They are either supplying to export traders or supplying to dealers or distributors who in turn supply to traders who export. So this chain is going on. Middlemen 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4 also. So we want our efforts is directed to make themselves at the rural level, small farmers, tiny and MSMEs themselves should export, and we are here to support. All organizations have assembled to support you. We will guide you every aspect of export, and as I explained previously, all supports we will give. So ultimately we want over a period, so everybody who are small farmers, MSME, they want to export directly. To create opportunities for domestic merchants or traders also in foreign trade. So now, once again, traders who are doing domestic activity, they are also, we are providing them necessary awareness and support so that they also should promote export. They should become exporters. And one more thing I will tell you, export need not be afraid. It is many people who have not exported, who are not aware of export, they have apprehensions that export is very complicated. We need lot of knowledge. No. Even uneducated, illiterates are doing export. We are supporting, government is supporting in all aspects. And one of the, I can say, in terms of opportunities, procedures and safety, in terms of safety in the sense of financial risks. International trade is better than domestic trade, most of the times. Only it's like starting problem. If you start exporting, if you export once, then you will feel the comfort and easiness in export. Only those who have not even exported one consignment will have that appreciation. So in this we have integrated all the agencies and authorities at the district, state and central level, and also all the departments. Example, in this DIEPC we have representatives from Department of Agriculture, Department of Mining, Department of Horticulture, etc. So all the departments related to export are members of representatives of DIEPC, so that all the issues, whether maybe it is related to district level, government or state level or central level, whether it is related to Department of Horticulture, Department of Veterinary, Department of Mining, etc., all issues will be resolved. So you are requested to give inputs irrespective of the department. So after this I will give a brief introduction of schemes which we already have. All organizations, export promotion councils, organizations have their own schemes. IMPED have their own schemes, APED have their own schemes, even Spices Board have their own schemes. Being nodal agency for foreign trade, our DGFT also implements some schemes. Maybe many people are aware of refund of duties and taxes on export products. So this is one of the most important schemes where the exporters, while exporting, whatever duties suffered at the central and state level and district level, local level, there if it is not reimbursed by any other scheme, we will reimburse. It is fixed. So this scheme is there. RTEP, almost all exporters are benefiting by this. For textile exports, we have ROSCDL, refund of state and central levies and taxes, where once again same thing, but it is for textile, and also we have special advance authorizations. If any exporters want capital goods, we are allowing duty-free import, no need of any customs duties. Directly they can import, and in turn either they can export or they can separate to domestic under deemed export. This scheme is called Export Promotion Capital Goods Scheme, where anybody, even farmer, can import farming equipment. Like that, there is no restrictions, only very few restrictions, but generally almost all capital goods, whether pre-production stage, production stage, and post-production stage are allowed. And we have advance authorization scheme, where you can, if you want to manufacture shirt, you can import inputs, maybe button or thread or dies, etc. If you want to manufacture some item, any item, you can import duty free with value addition of 15%. You have to export. Maybe once again deemed export is allowed under this, and deemed export scheme is there, and transport and market assistance export scheme is there, PMA, where your logistics support will be given, logistics and mainly for both cold storage, cold chain, and also otherwise given.
DMA is discontinued at the moment.
Not a discontinued, they are
on the hold.
Still we are implementing. This extension may anytime happen. Our schemes like that, once they use the word discontinued, then only. If not, we have to see whether they anytime.
Because the thing is like we already included that as an incentive and made in exports. But later we got a notification that it's been discontinued or on hold, whatever it is.
Like that.
But the funds are being stuck out.
Yes, because now if lobby pressure comes, because our Commerce Secretary is of the view that TMA is being replaced with similar scheme, more efficient. That
Even the
can also-
pending ones we will get, sir?
Like,
Even the pending ones which we have.
no, that's the thing, because government has to issue guidelines, whether it is with retrospective effect or prospective effect, and whether same application, same things are needed, same guidelines, same whatever. He, in the one of the meeting, he said that it will be replaced by more efficient similar scheme. So anytime even schemes can be based on the pressure or request of the exporters, can also be implemented anytime. Unless discontinued, see for example MEIS is discontinued.
Yes, it's been replaced.
Discontinued. So TMA not officially discontinued. So let us see. So like this we have many schemes. So under this also, if you have any provisions hindering exports or any other suggestions for this, you are welcome to give. So once again I reiterate that the purpose of this meeting is all of you should participate with enthusiasm and give suggestions and inputs, so that all of your inputs are included in our Guntur district export plan, and will have long-term effects, and also will have lot of impact on the district growth of exports and export infrastructure. Thank you.
So now we people are getting these loans or funding from debt capital, which is US based company. Okay. So do we get the reimbursement of the interest what they have charged us? Export means like Big Capital is an export financer, export lending agent from US, right? So can we get the reimbursement of the interest what they levied on us?
That they should answer. It is not our.
No, I mean, will the government intervene in between and reimburse it? Or?
Yes, we can intervene whatever suggestion, because only thing whether this is RBI scheme or our scheme or whatever bank scheme like that. If you have any suggestions or inputs are based on this also, you can give. These are all going on. So government interference or intervention in this is very less. More of RBI. So still you can give inputs or suggestions relating to RBI or financial sector also. We will consider.
Sir, and regarding the reefers which we are doing at the moment, normally reefers, if nowadays the vessels are berthing late, so vessels are being delayed. So we planning according to the tentative schedule given by the liners, okay? So once the containers reach the port, we planning according that we just 3 days, just a day before the gate closes, so that we don't get any extra electrical charges from the port. So nowadays it's been like they are delayed for 5 days or 6 days or sometimes vessels are being delayed. So we pay per container. So if it is 5 days, it will be we are being charged for $500 per container for 5 days per container. So now my recent the current going situation is like I have 4 FCL in the Chennai port, which has been delayed. The vessel has been delayed for 4 days. So like 400 into 5 containers. So $1,200 is my loss.
Yes, this is very valuable input. That's what.
So
you can give suggestion. Say.
So my margins are little, sir. We hardly work $200-300 per container, where we lost in the electrical charges in the port
This
itself.
is definitely a problem.
So please can you look into it?
Suggestion that in case of delay, this waived off.
Yeah. Please look into
That
it.
you should give suggestion. That's where we are here.
Right.
We consider this.
Right.
That's what I am stressing. The non-policy suggestion, wherever you give suggestions, if you are facing problem, you give solution.
Right.
We will entertain.
Yeah, that is the problem currently with all the exporters, with the reefers.
Even though you are facing from this district, you are facing problem in Chennai port.
Yeah.
So this will be resolved at our central office.
Those are also welcome. And the people who are present here, like they are numbered, very less in number. This is not a true representation of the people, exporters, association, the manufacturers, and the growers present in the newly formed district of Guntur. But you can take suggestions from your associations, from your colleagues, from your co-business people, or any information that you gather that would help the promotion of that product. You are welcome, even if you are not connected with that product. So that is the aim. The government is looking at from the center that how the district is reacting to their call. And there is a competition route, this is a challenge route. Out of 75 districts, like whoever goes first with the good suggestion, they will get the assistance first. So we are first in many things. Alphabetically we are first India level, and in many firsts are there, which some we recognize, some we do not recognize. But I say on this occasion that Guntur should be the first district to get the central assistance. He himself has taken a lot of pains to come here because he is the only one person without any assistance. But still he made it a point to come to Guntur because of his love and because of trying to promote exports from here. Once like the ignition starts from here, like it will go to all 25 districts, starting from district. Okay, any suggestion, because his time is very valuable and he is going to move out like because has to catch the time. Any issue that is related to exports, you can ask before he leaves. After that, we will do our work.
ఇంకా క్వశ్చన్స్ కంటే లేకపోతే మనకి ఇంకొక ఇంపార్టెంట్ స్పీకర్ గారు ఉన్నారు, స్పైసెస్ బోర్డ్ డెప్యూటీ డైరెక్టర్ ఆనంద్ గారు. ఐ రిక్వెస్ట్ హిమ్ గివ్ హిస్ వాల్యుబుల్ మెసేజ్.
Good afternoon to you all. My name is Anand Devarna. I am the Director, Spices Board Regional Office Guntur. So basically, our Spices Board Regional Office Guntur is looking after whole Andhra Pradesh. So all the export-related activity in Andhra Pradesh for spices is taken care from our Regional Office Guntur. So first of all, a very good afternoon to all the dignitaries in the dais, then to my dear exporters and other stakeholders from various sectors. So I would just like to know, before I give a brief about what our Spices Board is doing in Andhra Pradesh, I would just like to know from the stakeholders who are related to spices. Can you raise your hand? Okay, any other? So I can see three people from spices sector. Okay, 4. Okay. So see, as the previous speaker has already mentioned about the main purpose of this meeting, so I will not go into that. So I'll just go into the spices sector. What Spices Board is doing, what are the activities we are doing here, and what we propose to do in the future for the promotion of spices from Andhra Pradesh. So you know that Spices Board is an export promotion body for 52 spices in India. So among these, chili and turmeric are the major spices that is growing in Andhra Pradesh. So when we are talking about chili, Guntur holds a very specific place in the world map. You can say not only India but in the world map. So this is a major hub of chili production in the world. So there are basically quality related schemes that we are providing to our stakeholders, especially chili farmers and growers, turmeric farmers and growers. Because when you are talking about spices export, quality is one of the major concern that is there in the market like US and European Union. So that is the utmost important we are giving, that is quality. So to take care of the quality, we are implementing some post-harvest schemes in the farmer level. Why post-harvest? It's because the pre-harvest part is vested with the Union Ministry of Agriculture, and that is taken care by the concerned state agriculture and horticulture department. So we can only intervene, Spices Board can only intervene from the part of post-harvest. So for maintaining the quality of spices export. So majorly for chili and for turmeric, we are implementing schemes like turmeric boiler machine, polisher machine. Then for chili, we are giving schemes to farmers like last year we have given shilpolling sheets for drying of chili. Because see, if you are, the chili farmers are drying directly in the soil, the quality deteriorates. So for that we are giving them shilpolling sheets. So in the past also we have been giving this chili farmers this drying yard. Then we have also provided IPM kits. Then we have also provided IPM sprayer machines. So in this few years we have implemented various schemes for our stakeholders, especially for chili and turmeric. Now coming to the export, as sir has already mentioned that there is a very good opportunity for export, and there are various activities that needs to be taken up for promotion of export. So in this regard, we are also taking up various steps. In the recent years, for promotion of chili, we have formed a chili task force. especially for Andhra Pradesh, where we have included all the stakeholders, and accordingly, with the suggestion of our stakeholders, we are taking up various activities. So the process is going on, and we are regularly, for that actually we are trying to minimize the supply chain between the buyers and the sellers, and for that we are conducting domestic buyer seller meet, and in the year 2020-21 we have conducted 17 international buyer seller meets. So from those buyer seller meets we can say that there has been a lot of positive outcome, and a lot of products were directly sourced by our exporters, and our exporters were also directly, they were able to interact with the international buyers. Recently in the year 2020-21 December, we have also launched a website called Spice Exchange for our registered exporter. So in that Spice Exchange website, all the details about the country, about the export, about the requirement, so all those data are available in Spice Exchange website. That is especially for our spices registered spice exporter. In that we have also given a platform where our Indian exporter can directly get in touch with the international buyers. So I would suggest that whoever has not registered themselves in the Spice Exchange website, especially our spice exporters, they can register themselves and take the benefit and the facility of that website. And apart from that, we are also trying to bring more exporters from this region or this state, we can say, because if you see the exporters, spice exporters, registered exporters in all India, we have around 6,000 plus exporters. So out of 6,000 exporters in Andhra Pradesh, we are having somewhere around 180 approximately, 180 exporters. So if we compare the exporters of all India, and if we compare the exporters in Andhra Pradesh, it is very less. So coming back to Guntur district, if we see out of the 180 exporters that is registered in board in AP, there will be approximately 100 exporters registered with the board in Guntur, from Guntur district. So we want to increase that number. So for that purpose, we are also setting up a capacity building training program. As sir has already mentioned that the Export Promotion Council and other departments are also thinking that the stakeholders should not face problem, and they should know how the spices or other commodity export is going on. So to give awareness to the new entrepreneurs, spices entrepreneurs and exporters, we are setting up a unit training center where we will be training up new exporters and giving them the know-how knowledge of how to export and the procedures related to it. So that is the next step that we are taking. So apart from that, some few statistics data I would like to share, because if you see the trade in today's world is all about data, all about the information. The person or the exporter who is holding the maximum data or the information, they gain the benefit and the advantage in the international market. So just going ahead with a few data, I would just like to share that in 2020-21, the chili export, there has been 6.5 lakh tons of chili export from India. So the major importer you can see is China, USA, Thailand, Sri Lanka, Indonesia and Bangladesh. So can you imagine a country like Bangladesh, which is very near to India and which is very small, is importing a lot of chili. from India. So it is not a very difficult task to export commodity like chili in neighboring countries like Sri Lanka, Nepal and Bangladesh. An exporter can think of, since they are our neighboring countries, the exporter can exporting the chili or other spices to this neighboring country first. So you see from the export data, for a product code of